Hi, I'm Gina Johnson, holistic business coach, and welcome to day one of our 5-day accountability challenge. So today I want to talk a little bit about accountability. So holding yourself accountable, it's not what we think, right? We all think about accountability and we say, I need someone to hold me accountable, or I need to be accountable for my actions, right? You need to be accountable to yourself, for yourself. Take responsibility. And throughout the course of this 5-day challenge and these 5 short little videos, every day I'll pop on and we're going to do 10, 15-minute training videos paired along with a PDF where you can answer these questions. When it comes to holding yourself accountable, we're going to build on this. We're going to get an accountability buddy. We're going to talk about some limiting beliefs and mindset. And we're going to take this one goal and we're going to break it down throughout the week so you can learn the tools and the techniques to take that responsibility and have that accountability. And we've all heard the expression, if you want to soar with the eagles, you cannot hang around with the turkeys, right? So when we get to, I think it's day 3, where we talk about picking an accountability buddy, we want to think about who has a similar goal or a similar time frame. Is it 3 months, 6 months, 1 year goal? And are they driven and are they motivated? And it might not just be one person. It could even be 2 people. So this is where the third wheel may come into play. So we want to think about the goal versus the to-do. So, right, I have to go grocery shopping today, and then I have to put all these groceries away, and I really probably should organize my pantry as well. That's a to-do. That's not a goal. When we think about goals, we want to think about our SMART goals, right? And I know we've all heard this, a SMART goal, but there's something to it because it really works. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. We want to make sure that every goal has that component. And when you're holding yourself accountable, this is the best way to achieve reaching those goals, by setting dates and making it achievable. So when we move on, when we think about this list, we think about this list of goals. So for my purpose as a holistic business coach, I primarily work with entrepreneurs, but I believe you can use this accountability strategy for any type of business. And what does that look like? Well, whether it's a business or whether you're trying to hit financial goals or weight loss goals or writing a book as a goal, it's just getting some of these techniques. And I recently did a little research, and what I found was it takes between 18 and 254 days to form a habit. That's crazy. I don't think we're going to need that this week. I think we're going to have some bite-sized steps, but that averages 66 days, right? That's a long time to really make something a habit. So we start thinking about some of these goals. Like I said, you can think about your financial goal. Maybe you want to get a handle on your business's finances. Well, what does that look like? We're going to figure out how to break that down. Are you looking to scale your business? Are you looking to grow your visibility? Perhaps by creating a YouTube channel or being seen and working on your Google My Business and getting some reviews and some testimonials, right? That's where it's going. Or are you looking to onboard a team member? Maybe you're looking to hire a VA or actually have your first hire. Well, what does that look like? And are you ready? Can you achieve that goal? Do you have the time to train them? Do you have the time set aside where you can push other projects aside so you can really set them up for success? And what's the end goal that's in mind when we're choosing this goal that we're going to break down for accountability? What is it that you really want? And what is the why behind it? If it is onboarding a new team member, well, what are their tasks? What are their jobs? What are they going to do? What are they responsible for? And are they going to prove, right? They're going to prove to you. How are they going to prove to you that they're worth you hiring? And the worst thing is you don't want to set them up for failure. So again, when I say make sure you have that time to train them, if you're a small business owner, it's probably going to be you. If you don't have those training modules in place, of course, you want to let them know who you are, what your brand is, your mission, all of that in your company. Then maybe that's not the goal to choose. Maybe that's a long-term goal. until you can get those things in place. And then when we think about choosing these goals, I want to think about your skill set. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. I mean, I'm a huge fan of aim high, right? But is it even possible, right? What is your skill set? Are you ready? Not only do you have the time, but do you know how to do this? Do you perhaps need to get some training under your belt or some other resources before you choose this goal? And then, of course, we want to give ourselves a deadline. We want to be specific, not vague, of what that looks like. And again, that goes back to those SMART goals that we're creating. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and pull up the workbook PDF, which if you're watching this on YouTube, this will be a link in the description where you can get this workbook and go at your own pace. We will label these day 1 through 5 so you can watch them and kind of go along. So as I mentioned before, we want to make sure that we set aside the time to achieve this goal. We're going to talk about this a little more on day 5, where we're going to set up what I call a safety net. And the safety net is putting apps, tools, techniques, reminders into place to kind of catch you after we've broken down the goal, picked an accountability buddy or two, figured out what the goal is, what our next steps are. And then the final phase will be really, what does that safety net look like to set yourself up for success? And it's so important to understand the why behind the goal, right? Why is this goal so important to you? If you don't have a why behind it, then it's probably not going to happen. There has to be a reason, right? Perhaps have you tried this goal before and it hasn't worked? Why is that? Why hasn't that goal worked before? There must be a reason. Maybe peeling back the layers of the onion and getting to the heart of it, why this hasn't happened before, why you haven't achieved it. And then this why is what's going to drive you to hit this goal. Maybe it's not why it hasn't happened, but why is it so important to you? So then I want you to think about, we're going to quickly go through this PDF and ask you to come up with these goals. What is the one thing you can do right now, today? It might even be committing. I mean, you committed to watching this video. Hopefully you're still here. You made a commitment to learning about being accountable to yourself, for yourself. You're here to take responsibility for your actions, or, maybe you haven't reached your goals in the past and you're like, this is the year I'm going to hit those goals. You need to plan to shift so you'll make better choices. So let's dive into. Now, we all know what the SMART goals are. So let's come up with 3 goals. So this week, we're going to break down one of the 3 goals. But if you haven't set your goals for this year, I strongly suggest you create these 3 goals. Now, if you're a client of mine and you work with me, or you've bought my 350-page Mongo marketing planner, which has a huge section in it for goal setting. I'm a huge fan of setting these goals, looking at them, setting the SMART goals. And what I do with my clients is I have them set 3 main goals, and then I have them set 3 secondary goals. So if you haven't set these goals yet for this year, I strongly suggest that you do. We're coming on the end of January 2022. I'm not sure when you're going to be watching this video, but think about those 3 goals. And now let's add a timeline. Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? How long is it going to take you to achieve that goal? And then once you've picked these 3 goals, we're going to pick that one goal that we're going to focus on this week during this accountability challenge. Now, when you pick this one goal, I want you to think about why you picked this goal. What's the end game, which you really want. Again, as a refresher, be sure you have the time to do it. Be sure you have the time in your schedule. Is it a crazy time of year for your business? Pick this one goal, because we are going to break down the steps that you feel you can do. And then adding the why to it. What is your life going to look like once you achieve this goal? I believe really strongly in the law of attraction and visualizing what you want to attract and bring to you. So sometimes closing your eyes or getting into meditation and getting into that vibration of what your life will look like will be just enough to get you excited and drive you to reach those goals. And what's that date? I mentioned earlier, is it a 3-month, a 6-month, a 1-year goal? What's the actual date? When are you starting? You're going to be starting probably February 1, since we're going to work down breaking this goal down. But again, I'm teaching you some techniques and a formula to do these goals and to set yourself up success. So put the date on that. Again, I am Gina Johnson, a holistic business coach, and you just watched a crash course in day 1 of accountability. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when we talk about getting your mindset ready for accomplishing these goals.